nice and live here. Sure, I got sound, all that good stuff. Mm. Looks like we got sound. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Dimitri is here too. Hello, hello. Get that going. I think we're good. Don't know why I closed that for. Down here. Nice and set up. Those of you with me, hello, hello. So those of you with me, just give me a little hello. I see a few of you in there. Hi, Mom. Yes, hi. Donna, Dimitri. I see you, Lucas. What's up, Nick? What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Nice, nice, bright Monday morning, right? So yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm gonna be talking just about the Aloha packet. So this first little bit right here, this first little, I guess you call it stanza. I'm gonna talk the Aloha packet. Um, the next half hour ish, I'll talk about the play ball packet, and then finish up with the yard sale packet. So depending upon what you need, that is what's going. Obviously, you're welcome to stay and have so much fun. I don't think you guys are going anywhere. So yeah. With that being said, let's get started. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best to keep up on the chat with everything. So just bear with me on that. But I mean, with that being said, I see David Nolan, I see Lucas, Nick, Katana is too. Hi, hello, hello, hello. Good, it's good. See a few of you guys on here. That's good. I'm glad to see. Glad to see that. Glad to see that. How's everybody doing here on the morning? Give me a little good, tired. How we doing? Let me know. Let me know. Started and get set up. Aloha packet. Nick, which one do you have? Which one do you have? Yes. Well, I'm gonna get started here. I'm gonna get started. Like I said, I'm gonna start with the Aloha packet first off, and then probably around that 8:30 ish time frame, I'll go to the play ball packet, and then from the 9 ish range, I'll do the yard sale packet. So plan accordingly. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'm gonna break this stream up into 3 different parts. So you're gonna see this stream end approximately a few minutes before 8:30. I'll set up another stream, and then I'll subsequently do the same thing. So let's get started. Let's get started here on the Cuba play ball. Okay. Yeah. So Nick, so that play ball pack, and I'm gonna do it about 8:30. About 8:30 on that. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Let's get started here. I'm gonna kind of do my best to run through some of this. Um, this again, this is page 109 with the Aloha packet. And also, too, anything technologically goes on. If you can't hear me for some reason, just please send something in the chat. Say, hey, yo, dude, your stuff is not, I can't hear you, or something like that. But again, let's get started. The Aloha packet, page 109. So page 109. We're going to get started up here with that. So you see this page and it says scuba gear. So it says scuba gear. And the question is telling you, or the statement it's saying Jerome has been saving money so he can buy his own scuba gear. Use the information on the chart to help him determine how much money he needs. And as you can see slightly to your right here, we're dealing with solving word problems containing decimals. The equivalent fractions will come at a subsequent there time. So what do we see? So we see right here, we see all of our information is going to be put right right there in our little, I guess it looks like an air bubble for some odd reason right there, but anyway, so question one tells us, it says, well, what is the total amount of money Jerome will need to buy everything on the list? So to buy everything on the list, everything on this list. If you're trying to buy everything on this list, plain and simple, you're adding them up, guys. You're adding them up. I mean, if he's buying everything with the mask, the fins, the snorkel, the boots and gloves, the wetsuit, and the regulator, all you're doing here, all you are doing, screen, all you're doing here is adding everything up. So, with that being said, let's do a little addition. 5125, 24.99, 36.59. The wetsuit cost 120, and the regulator is 1,125.99. When you add everything up, it gives you a grand total of 1389.32. 32 or 52? 32 it looks like. One more time to make sure on my end. 30.50, 51.25, 24.99, 36.59, 20, and 11.25.99, 13.89.32. So 13.89.32 should be your first one up top. Should be your first one up top. So Nick, to answer your question here, I would say to join me. I'll just make sure you're on with me at 8:30. Make sure you're on with me at 8:30 with that. You can always join in chat. Let's see here. So 1389.32. So 1389.32. There we go. Try to get where I can see everything. So remember, we have 1389.32 is your answer for number one. Okay. Number two then is going to say Jerome's. Also, the thing is with this, guys, these questions will build on each other. So you have to have your answer for number one to continue to go to 2 and 3 and 4, as you'll see here in just a second. So Jerome's grandparents gave him the wetsuit and mask as a graduation present. How much will Jerome have to save? Well, if your total amount, so let me scroll up here. So if we know that Jerome's grandparents gave him the wetsuit and the mask as a graduation present, so as a graduation present, basically what you can do on this, if you know the total amount everything costs and the fact that the wetsuit and mask are going to be what's given to him as a graduation present, you take those two values and you subtract from your total amount. So if the total amount for everything costs $13.89.32, you can then take out the cost for the mask, which is $30.50, and then take out or subtract the total amount for the wetsuit, which was $120. So when you take those out, it'll now give you how much he has to save, which is $1238.82. So it's $1238.82. So let's try to get all this on the page so we can all see this. There we go. Let's clear this. So remember, we have 1389.32 up here, 2, and then we have now 12. So he has to save 1238. That's a 1238.82 for number 2. So number 3, if Jerome's parents agree to pay half of the remaining cost, how much will Jerome have to save? That's half of 1238.82. You could take that number and divide by 2 to give you your amount. You take that amount, 1238.82, and simply put divide by 2 to give you the amount that he will have to save, which is 619. 619. I'll bring that back up. 619.41. So 619.41. There we go. Hopefully everybody got those 3 so far. So when you go to number 4 now, it says Jerome has already saved $300. He plans to save half of his allowance each week until he has enough money. So Jerome receives $25 a week allowance. So how many weeks will it take Jerome to save the rest of the money he needs? Now, with this, there's a lot to unpack with this question here. So it says that Jerome, now based off of the 619.41, Jerome has already saved 300 of that. So what's 619.41 minus 300? That's going to give you 319.41. So it's going to be 319.41 that he still has to save. Now, he plans to save half of his allowance each week until he has enough money. If he's receiving $25 a week, what's half of the $25? Half of $25, I don't know why I closed my calculator for, half of $25 is going to be $12.50. So he is saving $12.50 per week. He's saving half of his allowance each week on that. So here's the question. How many weeks will it take Jerome to save the rest of the money he needs? You're going to take this 319.41. So you're going to take that 319.41. Let me kind of get some room on the screen so there's not too much going on here. So let's get this off. You're going to take that 319.41 and you're going to divide it by 1250. So when you do that, and divide by 1250, it's going to give you about a 25.55-ish type number on that. It's 25 weeks. It's 25 weeks, but it's not the full amount. You still have to save that extra week for this little garble that's over here. So how many weeks will it take Jerome to save the rest of the money he needs? 26 weeks. So 26 weeks. 26 weeks. Hope that explains that first page right there. Kind of simple. Kind of simple, but yet, obviously, if you don't take things with word problems one step at a time, if you don't take it one step at a time, then it can get very much confusing sometimes. Again, tried our best to get every part of this So let's do this. Let's clear the screen. Let's go back. There we go. Thanks. Hopefully everybody has that. If there are any questions with any of that stuff, just please let me know. So you got a few of you guys in here, so I do appreciate you watching. I know it's early on a Monday. It's a beautiful Monday. So any questions with that? Obviously, just remember with anything, any questions with that, please reach out. Reach out to me. Go through Google Classroom, send an email, however you want to do it. I'll come back. I'll come back and I'll respond. Those of you who had questions for me or who have asked me questions know that I've responded very quickly with those, and I just hope that that kind of will continue going on here. So let's now go to the Take a Hike page. The Take a Hike page right here. So we have this. So again, we're dealing with multi-step problems. So it's multi-step word problems. Yay. Multi-step problems, you got to break things down one bit at a time. So one bit at a time. So if we look at number one, so we say, well, on this, Angela's family took a long hike on Maui. Angela's family took a long hike on Maui. Okay. Solve these problems about their hike. So Angela's family went hiking and came to a bridge that has a weight limit. So I didn't get an Aloha packet either. So if that's Katana, join me at 8:30. I'll talk about the play ball packet. It was a little bit confusing with who got what when it came to the packets. So that's why I'm just breaking it down via the packet. I'll talk the play ball packet at about 8:30. Just join me at that time. I know I think the different grade levels got different kinds. So hope that answers. Angela's family. So Angela's family went hiking and came to a bridge that has a weight limit. Of 500 pounds. Her father weighed 250 pounds. Her aunt weighed 145 pounds. Her brother weighed 48 pounds, and she weighed 65 pounds. Could they all walk on the bridge at the same time? Well, if something has a weight limit of 500 pounds, what do you think you got to do with these other weights? You need to add the weights of the family. You need to add the weights of the family. That's your bridge, and here's Angela, and here's her father, and here's her aunt, and here's her brother. We need to add the weights. Add the weights. Weights of the family. Yay. Add the weights of the family. Okay. Sounds good. Add the weights of the family. I hope my drawings are awesome here. So add the weights of the family first. So when we add the weights of the family, let's go back. Let me change the color. So let me change the color here. We're going to take, if her father weighed 250 pounds, if her aunt weighed 145 pounds, her brother weighed 48 pounds, and he weighed 65 pounds, simply put, add them up. So when you add those up, you're going to get 145 plus 48 plus 65. And you find out that they need to do some running, evidently. So their family weighs 508 pounds together. If the family weighs 508 pounds, that means could they all walk on the bridge at the same time? The answer is a big old no. 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 They are too big. They need to lose the weight. If they make sure my video is on here. If they go over that bridge and something's gonna probably not go good with that bridge. Um, the, the cumulative weight of the family weighs 8 pounds too much for that limit of 500 pounds. Key word as a weight limit. It's a weight limit of 500 pounds. So, father, so father carried a picnic lunch for his family. I'm moving down to number 2 here. So, father carried a picnic lunch for the family in his backpack. The backpack weighed 6 pounds. So, what did the backpack weigh after they ate lunch if each person ate the following amounts? So, if you got a backpack here, sometimes, like I've told you guys in class there, sometimes it's good to draw a little picture. Kind of makes it seem a little bit easier to understand. So if you have your backpack, here, backpack. If the backpack weighs 6 pounds, if they ate this amount right here, so if they ate this amount, because it's saying, he said, what did the backpack weigh after they ate lunch if each person ate the following amounts? First things first, you see Angela ate 14 ounces, Angela's brother ate 10 ounces, Angela's aunt ate 20 ounces, and father ate 28 ounces. First thing you want to do, add those up. Add those up. Add those up. 28 plus 20 plus 10 plus 14 is going to give you 72, but it's 72 ounces of food, 72 ounces of food right there. So if the backpack weighs 6 pounds and the amount of the food is in ounces, we have to change the ounces to the pounds. If there's 16 ounces in 1 pound, let's first of all convert the ounces to pounds. Let's take 72. Let's take 72 and divide it by 16. When you divide 72 by 16, it's going to give you 4.5 pounds. 4.5 pounds is what was eaten. So 4.5 pounds is what they ate. So here you go. If there's 6 pounds if there is 6 pounds, there we go. If there's 6 pounds that the backpack weighs, and they ate 4.5 pounds of that, so if there's 6 pounds it weighs total, and then they took 4.5 pounds and ate 4.5 pounds of that, you're going to subtract 6 minus 4.5, and when you do that, know that use borrow, it's going to end up being 1.5 pounds. So the backpack should weigh 1.5 pounds. 1.5 pounds. All right. All right. We'll do 3 and 4, and then I'll break to get set up for the second part here. Let's clear this screen, scroll down a little bit. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? I see the chat. I see the chat. We're going to go with number 3. Number 3. Let me change the color here. So go with number 3. We have Angela. So Angela started out with a full canteen of water. Wow, that's a big marker. A full canteen of water. During the first hour, she drank 1/4 of the water. So stop right there. If they're saying that she drank 1/4 of the water, let's cut our circle, let's cut our canteen into 4 parts, 4 equal parts, right here. During the first hour, she drank 1/4 of the water, which means that she has 3/4 of the water left. Makes sense. 3/4 of the water left. So During the next hour, she drank 1/2 of what was left. So all this is really telling you is what is 3/4 minus 1/2. 3/4 minus 1/2. So again, with subtracting fractions, you have to have this denominators. The denominators need to have the least common multiple, which we'll talk about tomorrow during this stanza. The least common multiple. Well, least common multiple between 2 and 4 is 4. 2 times what is going to give you 4? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. 3/4 minus 2/4 is going to give you 1/4. How full was her canteen at the end of the hike? 1/4. Full. 1/4. Full. All right. Hopefully you have that part down. Let me change it one more time here. And now I'll end up with this last part here. The family kept a log of the changes in elevation each half hour. So they started the hike at an elevation of 6,080 feet. So they started the hike at an elevation of 6,080 feet. The changes in elevation for the hike were, and as you see what they are right here. So all this is, ladies and gentlemen, is starting off with 60/80. Is starting off with 60/80, and you're adding 45. You're adding 200. You are subtracting 80. Then they go up 35. Then they go down 20. And then they add 110, which is going to give you the elevation at the end of their hike is going to be 6,370 feet. 6,370 feet. That's about it for this first part, for the Aloha part. I see there's a few of you guys in there. If there are any questions, you can hang with me. I will make a new stream. I'm going to make a new stream for the play ball packet. Also, I mean, anybody who's got questions with this, I'll finish up with some more of this tomorrow morning, same time. Other than that, I'm going to cut this stream here, and then I'm going to create a new one for the play ball packet. So I'll see you guys on the flip flop here. So talk to you in a second.